my name's Sima and I just read the fantastic book The Ballroom written by Ada Hope. I've appreciated and loved this book from the first page to the last. So Hope uses the perspectives of the characters instead of using actual chapters, and I found this very creative and smart because you could relate to the characters much more deeply rather than having your traditional chapters from chapter 1 to chapter 2. This novel starts off by introducing our first character. Her name is Ella Faye, and she ends up in Charleston Asylum, not knowing how she got there. She's raged, confused, angry. So after one of the nurses tells Ella that it's because when she had her old job, which was as a spinner, she broke a window. So it makes more sense to her why she's ending up in this horrid place. And then after a while she meets Clem, which is another character which is introduced, and she's also in the asylum, and they develop a closer and closer relationship as the book progresses. John Mulligan is introduced next into the story. So he basically is a gravedigger and he works with his fellow employees at Charleston Asylum, and his closest buddy would be Dan. The next character introduced is Charles Fuller. He is a doctor, violinist, and pianist, so you could say he's multi-talented. He loves to prove people wrong. Basically, people say that he's wrong. He digs deep, searches for information to say that no, I'm right and you're wrong, such as to Superintendent Soames, which is also another character. He's a very mean and bulky head of the asylum. You'll find out what he tries to prove wrong once you get into the book. So every Friday, the asylum throws the ballroom, which is evenings in Friday, and basically the women or men are invited to come. If they were nice during the whole week, they come and then they can dance, eat, enjoy the music, and just have a relaxed time. This is when John and Ella meet, and they connect, and then the love story begins. But once you read more into the book, you'll get into how they connect and how they develop a stronger relationship. Throughout the book, Hope uses description and imagery, and it's vast almost in every single paragraph, and I love that because you just feel more into the book as you're reading it. For example, on page 248, she says, "The ballroom and the carvings, and the paintings, and the fine Birmingham tops works, and the brambles, and the ceilings reaching up into hazy space, and the sun falling down, and lighting her. Repetition! Also on page 297, "The sky had thickened all day, and the temperature had dropped, but still the rain held off. Towards the end of the afternoon, a low, insistent wind picked up, and the first drops of water modeled to the ground." This great use of detail that she uses throughout her book, which is very effective. I believe you get to paint a picture in your own mind for what's happening, and you get to see the scenery in your head. And I also found this quote very, very interesting, and I will let you know why in a second. He was playing a game. He had read the letter and was playing a game. She needed to work out the rules of the game and quickly, before it was over, and she was beaten. Think. Repetition! So it says think. It's italicized, if you can see right over there. And that basically means it's what the character is thinking in their mind. And I find this method very interesting and very helpful because you get to connect with the character even more. The whole base takes you inside of the character's minds, and you know exactly what they're thinking. So you understand them much more of what choices they're going to make throughout the book and how they are as people inside. It basically uses feminism throughout the whole book. For example, the men and women have different rules in the asylum. Women are kept locked inside and they're not allowed any freedom of, suppose, getting 30 minutes of break. As we have in school, we have break and we get to go outside, do whatever we want. It's not allowed for the women there, only for the men. They're allowed to do whatever they want as they go outside for their breaks. So basically they're restraining the women for their own rights and giving men more freedom and basically equal with both of the genders, but that's not in the case with this book. What also occurred to my mind is all of the powerful characters such as Dr. Fuller, Superintendent Soames, and John. They have the higher class working jobs basically, and the women are only required for nursing or giving up food, helping with laundry. And men and women should be able to work the exact same jobs, but in this case the men are taking up the high-class jobs and the women are taking up the low-class jobs. Hope also plays with anachronisms. She basically says a bunch of swear words the characters are saying throughout the whole book, and it takes place in 1911, so I would say that back then it wasn't much common to swear, but throughout the men are constantly swearing at each other when they get into fights or they're just upset. This book is ultimately for lovers and people who love to read about passion, empathy, insanity, and cruelty. This book is 345 pages long, not too long to read. You can finish it in a couple of hours, sitting down, drinking your coffee. It's a really easy read and it's very understandable. That is all. Thank you so much for listening to me about this amazing book, and I'm signing off. Thank you so much.